Hi everyone, this is a tutorial video for Adobe Muse for the web design. So these are what we're going to do to create a new project, to add page, to resize the page, to view the page, to deal with the master page, to create a group and deal with the layers, menu, widget, library, font, make a responsive website, and make a scroll effect. So this is going to be a bit long. Okay, so let's start. So open Adobe Muse and it's gonna look something like this. So first thing first, we need to start from create new. Okay, so click create new. And there are two types of width, fluid width and fixed width. So for fluid width, we can make a responsive website, okay? But for the fixed width, we're gonna use for the scroll effect. So first, let's start from fluid width, okay? And columns depends on what you want. So it can be 1, 2, or 3, depends on your design, okay? So let's say maybe 3 columns. And the gutter is the space between columns. So just leave it 20 for this time and then click OK. And you're gonna get this, so you have a master page and home page. Okay, so you can create more page from here. So first, this is the first page. So if you click plus here, you will have another page and you can name it as you want. I don't know, anything. Maybe this is the second page, second and third. Okay. Okay, so let's start from here. Let's go to home. Okay, so we're not dealing with the masters yet. So let's start from home. So double click here. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 columns and we have the header here. So this is kind of a header. And we have bottom of page and bottom of browser. Okay, so for example, if you want some space from the bottom of the page, which is here, and bottom of the browser, you can drag this down. Or if you want your page to be longer, you can put this down. Okay, you can drag this down. Okay, so that's new page, that's add page. Okay, so now let's deal with the object and make a hyperlink. Okay, so like AI, we have two shape tools. We have rectangle tool and ellipse tool. Okay, so rectangle tool is the tool to create a rectangle. Okay, here we go, we've got this. Okay, and we have fill color and stroke color. So fill color is the color inside and stroke color is the border. Okay, so for example, if you want the fill color to be blue, so choose blue. For the stroke color, let's say you want it to be red, so just click red. And if you can't see your border, you can make your border bigger. Okay, so change it here. And you can make your border to be rounded. Okay, so you can click this. Okay, and if you want it to be more rounded, okay, so you can increase the number here. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, and effects, so you can create shadow, you can make a bevel. Okay, you can make a glow. Okay, so you can deal with this, so play around with this. And then this is the opacity, so now it's 100. Let's say you want this to be more transparent, so you can decrease the opacity. And we've got the hyperlink here. This is very important. So let's say you want, okay, so maybe you want to make a button. So this one is a button, and after clicking this, will link to another page. So you can expand this. So make sure you select this object and you expand this, and you can choose the page from here, or you can choose the file. But if you want to click this and go to the external website, you can simply type the website. So for example, webgoogle.com and then enter. Okay, and if we test this, we go to file and preview page. Okay, so we have two options, preview page and preview site. So page is just single page, but if you want to view like the entire site, let's say you have so many pages and you want to check whether the link works or not, you can preview site. But for now, we want to deal with just the page. So go to file and preview page in browser. Okay, so this will be shown in the browser. Okay, and after clicking this, it will go to Google. But let's say you want this to open in a new tab or new window. Okay, how to do that? So you click this object, you go to hyperlinks. Okay, and you can see open the link in a new window or tab. So you can click this. Here we go. So let's try again, file, preview page. And after clicking this, it will show on a new page. Okay. So, so that's hyperlink. And now we're gonna resize the object. So basically, this is the responsive website in which you can resize. Okay, so this is the normal desktop website. You can resize to a mobile website. Okay, and you have 4 options for the object. So let's say, so if you create this one, so this one might be green, and alternate, alternate to copy. Okay, let's release this one. 1, 2, let's create 4 of this, so 3 and 4. Okay, so maybe this one is blue, this one is red, this one is pink. Okay, so we have 3 options of resize. Okay, so if you click this, the first option is none. Okay, that means when you resize this, this won't change. So you can see this is none, right? So it won't change. It will be fixed. Okay, let's say you want to make a logo. Okay, so let's say you copy logo from AI and you paste it here, and you don't want logo to be resized. You can choose none for your logo. Okay, so that's resize. And the second one is responsive width. So the width will be changed, just the width. As you can see, just the width. Okay, so the first one is none. The second one is just the width. Okay, and the third one is width and height. So both the width and height will be changed. Okay, here we go. So it's changed. And lastly, we've got stretch to browser width. What does it mean? It means that, this is the actual size of this shape, but if you expand it, it will follow. Okay, it will follow you. So let's preview this on the browser. Okay, so you can see if you resize this, so this one is already stretched to the browser width. Okay, and the green one is none. You can't see anything because it doesn't change. But for the blue one, you can see that it's getting smaller for the width, just the width, not the height. But for the red one, both height and width. Okay, so when you want to do a responsive website, you might need to carefully think about this, which one you want to use. For example, from our website, ICA319. So you can see that these 2 tabs here is the browser width. Okay, so it changed according to the browser width, but this one is none, so it's the same size. Okay, the logo is none, so it's the same size, it won't change. This one is width, I guess. Yeah, so the height is still the same, but the width is changed. So carefully thinking about which one you want to use for the responsive website. Okay, so now we've got the responsive website, and the next one is master page. Okay, so let's say you want to create a menu, for your page. The first way is, so let's show the example. For example, this one. Okay, so you can see if I go to about this course page, I've got the same menu. If I go to the course syllabus, I've got the same menu. Okay, so how to do that? The first way is to copy and paste. So let's go back to our program, and it's gone. Where the hell is it? Okay, here. So let's say this is your maybe this is your menu. Okay, so maybe you have something more. So maybe change this to, I don't know, gray. Okay, and maybe add some text. So to add text, you can click this and draw the text here. You can type, you can resize the text. Okay, you can change the color, you can change the font, and as I already told you, I recommend you to use the web font or standard font. Okay, if you use a system font, it might not work. So standard font or web font. Okay, so for web font, you can, if you don't have any web fonts yet, you can click add web font, and it comes with the Adobe Creative Cloud. That means you can choose the fonts you want from here, and when you click OK, it will be added. Okay, it will be added there, and you can choose. So basically, when you export this to a website, it will link to the cloud, the system from Adobe. So it will borrow the font from Adobe, so it will work. Okay, so let's say maybe this one is publicity. Okay, publicity, and maybe white. Okay, and maybe something there. Okay, maybe I don't know, white, rounded. Okay, anything you want. Okay, maybe group this. Okay, so to group this, you need to select everything and press Control G or Command G on the keyboard. If you can't, go to library, or not library, sorry, layers, which if you can't see layers, go to window and layers. Okay, so expand. So maybe you want to group this thing here. So let's see whether you can Command G or not. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but if you want to group, so basically you can Control G for this one and it will be grouped. Okay, so now you got this menu for the home page, but you don't have that for the second page and third page. The first way is to copy and paste. So you copy everything and then you go to another page, to second page, and you Control V, okay, and keep doing this, and it will take forever. Let's say that you have so many web pages. Another way that we can do this, okay, so let's delete this. We don't need this anymore. Just copy that, okay, and go to master page, okay, double click master and Control V, okay, and now we've got this. So paste it there. Okay, layers. Why can't I group this? Maybe because the resize. So maybe let's try none. Okay, so okay, figure out. So if this one is stretched to browser width, you can't group. But if it's responsive width and height, you can group. Okay. So now we've got this menu. This is the master page. If you go back to the website, you can see that all other pages have the same menu. Okay. So you can add more page. Okay, you can click this add and you can drag. So let's say you want, okay, maybe copy this one again. Okay, Control C and go to B master page. So let's change the color. Okay, so sorry, color. Okay, so if you already grouped it, you need to click again to select this object. So if you click just one time, it will choose like the entire object because you already grouped this. But you click another time, so second times, and then you can change the color. So this will be changed. Okay, and if you go back to the website and you drag this to maybe second page, now it's different. So this one we use A master, this format. For the second one we use B master, so it's green. Okay. So next thing is the menu. Let's say you want to create a menu like this. Okay, these menus. You don't need to type this manually. Okay, you can make this to be automatically added. Okay, so if you go to Adobe Muse, okay, to do that, you go to widget library and go to menu, and you have horizontal menu or vertical menu. So you can choose horizontal for this one and drag. Sorry, that's the home page. So make sure you do this with the master page so it appears to all the pages. Okay, so you click horizontal this one, you choose this one and add it. Okay, there, and you can resize. Okay, so expand. Okay, so you can see that you have the home page, second page, and the third page according to these pages there. Okay, So make sure you change everything on the master page, okay, so that it affects everything, okay. And for this one, you can change the effect. So if you go to states, okay, here, and you click, okay, click twice until this appears. So you have normal, roll over, mouse down, and action options, okay. So this is the normal mode, it's gray. So you can change the font. So let's say for the normal mode, you want the font to be maybe something different. So okay, maybe change this to other fonts, okay, let's say. So it affects the normal mode, or you want to change the color to something else, so maybe blue or green. So this is the normal mode, so it will appear, okay, for the normal status. And if you choose roll over, that means when you put your mouse over, okay, it will change the color, maybe. So you can change the color to maybe red or pink, okay. After putting the mouse over this menu, it will turn to be pink. And maybe when you click this, okay, it will change to another color, so maybe green. And the active mode, so let's say you are now on the home page, okay, you are now on the home page. So let's say is blue, okay. So when you are on the okay, on the home page, it will be blue. If you are in the second page, the second page will be blue, okay. So let's try this. So play around with this, and then let's try this. So you go to preview page in browser, okay. Here we go. So you have this, okay. So when you put your mouse over, it's pink. You put your mouse over, it's pink. You put your mouse over, it's pink. But it's the master page, so there's no active mode, okay. So let's say you go to home page, okay, and go to file. So now let's see if you choose preview site, so you can link to another page, okay. So now it looks something like this. So now you are on the home page, so it's dark blue. And if you click the third page, it will go to the third page, and this is the third page, so it's dark blue there, okay. So this is how we deal with the menu, okay. And next is the widget library, okay. So maybe another page. So this is the home page. Maybe go to maybe just use the same format, okay, to the second page. Expand this a little bit, okay. So for this one, let's say you want to add more widgets. So what can we do? So if you expand widget libraries, actually you can play around with this. There are many widgets that you can use, but the most frequent one might be buttons. So if you choose state buttons, you don't need to make a button yourself, okay. Click there, resize, and same with the this menu. You can change the link to maybe Google, okay, Google. And same for the status, you can go to states, okay. So the normal mode looks something like this, and when roll over, it turns out to be black or green or whatever. Oh, sorry, okay, click this, okay. So maybe green, and mouse down, green, active, gray, okay. And let's try preview page. Okay, so when you put your mouse over, it's green, and when you click it, it will go to Google. Okay, cool. So that's the what is it, button. And next that we can use is composition. This is very useful. So if you expand this and you go to compositions and you choose some of these, maybe featured news, and you put it there, you can, okay, maybe make this bigger, okay, maybe, okay, you can manipulate it, you can adjust this, you can change this. So when you click this picture will come up. When you click this will come up. You can play with the all the options, so just play around with this. So you don't need to do this yourself anymore, you have the widget. And another thing that is very good one is the social. I really love this. So you can post the video there. So if you choose YouTube, okay, and put it there, you can make this larger, okay. It will look something like this. hopefully. And we can change the video. So if you click expand from here, you can okay, so let's say you go to YouTube and find your favorite songs, anything you want. Okay, so maybe I want this one. I don't know what is this. Okay, so pause. And if you go to this, you can see the ID. So this one, if you are not sure which one is the ID, you can go to share. Okay, and this is the ID. Okay, you can copy the entire one. Okay, copy the ID. It's this one. Copy the link basically, and then you go back to the page. You expand this. You paste everything, and you don't want this, so just the ID. So just delete this, and you've got this one. And you can change the theme if you want. Okay, you can change the start time if you want. Show control, show full screen, show anything. Okay, it can be autoplay if you want, so you can click this for autoplay. It can loop. Okay, so you can adjust this. Okay, so let's preview the page. So preview page, and now we got this button, we got this features, we got this video. You can play this. Okay, here we go. So these are what you can do with your web page. Okay, and you can play around with the widgets. You have so many widgets to play around with. Okay, and next is the font. I already told you. So the responsive website, what does it mean? It means that, let's say you make another page. So we've got the second page already. So let's go to the third page. So for this one, okay, let's say you, okay, so let me show you this. So this is, where is it? ICA319. So here we go. So this one is for the desktop website. Okay, so we have like 5 boxes in this way. But let's say you want this format to be changed. So if you go to, if you change your device to be a mobile phone, which will look something like this format will be changed. How to do that? Okay, so first, let's say you create this. Okay, maybe here. So let's say you create these 3 boxes. Okay, so 3 boxes. One, okay, maybe green, any color you want. One, and okay, the move tool, selection tool, press out on the keyboard and then drag it, and you will have the second one, and this one is the third one. Okay, so here for the resize, okay, so maybe I want this to change just the width, so I choose responsive width, and when I resize this, it will look something like this, but it looks a bit weird. Okay, I want this to look something like this. So from the vertical, I'm not sure, to horizontal. Okay, so like this. I don't want this blocks. What is it? Blocks. Okay, I don't want these 3 blocks anymore. So I want this instead. So just 1 block. Okay, so to do that, you need to create a breakpoint. Okay, so let's say you want to create a breakpoint from maybe 500, but the mobile phone would be something like 650, 700, but let's make it 500 so that you can view this on the browser. Okay, so to create the breakpoint, you right click and add breakpoint. Okay, so maybe 550, fluid width, and okay. Now you got another breakpoint. So for this one, it might be, I don't know, maybe iPad. Okay, so for this one here, I want this to be 3, and when you come here 550, I want this to change. Okay, so you go to 550, so you just click 550 here, and you can change this, so you can expand this. Okay, resize. Okay, maybe. Okay, so this is just briefly. Okay, you can make it more neat. Okay, so maybe another one. Expand. Okay, so now as you can see, if you go back to 960, we have these three, right? And if you go to 550, you have these three like this. Okay, let's preview. So go to File and Preview Page. Okay, so you can see here for this width, you have these three boxes, and when you reach the breakpoint, it will change to this. Okay, another format, very nice. And now let's say that if you go to this web page again, and you can see this menu. So for this one, for the desktop, I have these menus, but when I go to the tablet, okay, and the phone, these menus are gone and replaced by this new menu. How to do that? Okay, so it's about hiding. Okay, so let's go back to 960. Okay, so let's say you want this okay, you want this to be shown just in this breakpoint, so 960. You don't want this to be shown here. Okay, so you go to 960, you right click. You can't do that with this menu because this menu is in the A master. Okay, so maybe just change this one. Okay, this one. So or maybe create another shape. Sorry for confusing. Okay, so maybe create another shape. Okay, here we go. Maybe red. Okay, that's orange, not red. Okay, so here we go. So if you click this, okay, so maybe none. Okay, so let's say you want this to appear in this breakpoint, but not here. Okay, how to do that? So it's appear there. You don't want that, right? So you go back to this breakpoint 960. You right click and choose hide in other breakpoints. Okay, that means this will be shown here, but not here anymore. Okay, here, but not here. But let's say you have so many breakpoints, so maybe another one. So just create another breakpoint here. So maybe 800. Okay, so let's say you want this maybe another one. So maybe another rectangle. This one is red, so pink. So now it's shown both here, here, and here. But let's say you want this to be shown just you want this to be hidden just this page. So you want this to be on this page. You want this to be on this page, but not in 800. How to do that? Okay, so you right click, so you go to 800, you right click and then click hide in breakpoints. Okay, so if you go to 960, it's still there. You go to 550, it's still there. But when you go to 800, it's gone. Okay, so let's preview File, Preview Page in browser. Okay, here we go. Now, when you reach one breakpoint, it's gone. Okay, when you reach another breakpoint, okay. So this is what we call responsive website. So you can change the size, you can change the format for different tools, not tools, different, what is it? Okay, so for website or maybe tablet or maybe phone here. Okay, here we go. That's the responsive website. And the last one will be in another video.